Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining us today. And so I just want to talk a little bit about the activities that we have. We do made some updates on especially the dates. So right now for Tuesdays we have um, another YouTube live stream about spiritual Q&A, and I think we're probably doing it in Chinese. And yeah, and for Wednesdays, we still have the group hypnosis, and that will be on Zoom. So if you want to kind of unblock some stuck energy, or you feel some pain in the body, you can come to the group hypnosis sessions and kind of relieve the stress and the energy blockage. And on Thursdays, we have this channeling live stream on YouTube. So we switch from Tuesday to Thursday, and then for Saturday, we have our usual spiritual Q&A. Oh, no, I mean the spiritual talk live stream. And that's on 11, it's at 11:30 a.m. Okay, and we can start the channeling today.
All right, so I'm going to lead the hypno-channeling, and I might do a few different things. So now I like Jessica to relax your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and all the way to your fingers. There's nothing for you to think about or worry about. You are here and now. With each breath, you are going deeper and deeper, feeling so relaxed and so peaceful. And when I say blue duck, blue duck, you go to the deepest and ready to be connected with the energy that I'm going to invite. And first of all, I like to take Jessica's awareness to this planet. There's a book called Theoba's Prophecy. So that planet, I believe, is the eighth or ninth dimension. And so when you're ready, your awareness will be on this planet or very close. And so we can explore a little bit first. One, you're going to this Theoba. Two, going through time and space. Almost there. And three. Let me know when you're ready to let me know what you see.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating above the planet.
What you can see?
It's very pink and yellow.
Pink and yellow. Any landscape?
They look like hard to explain.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
And
there's someone that just came out.
Oh, very good. Let's see if the person can guide you.
They're asking, where do you want to go?
I read the book, but I don't remember everything right now. And you can just let this being know that whatever is the most maybe either exciting place or the place that can really make us understand the people's way of living there, whatever is a appropriate place.
He took me to his workplace. It's in a lab-like setting.
Uh-huh. What do they look like?
They don't look human
Mm-hmm.
or anything close to human.
Can you tell me the shape of their bodies?
Very long and slender.
Uh-huh. So humanoid.
No.
Oh.
It's a little metallic,
Mm-hmm.
their skin.
Okay. So can you ask them, because from that book, according to the book, according to Michelle's description, it seems like they're humanoid, just much bigger. And they're all like female, like.
Mm. They're not human, they said.
Right, I understand that. And their body also.
But they have a face.
Uh-huh.
This one has big hair strands.
Mm.
On the head.
Hair. The color of hair is black. I don't know. I don't know. What is the color?
It's like beige.
Oh, okay. And do you sense it's male or female?
It's not male.
Okay. So this is the person who's in the lab?
Yes.
Okay.
They say they create consciousness there.
Mm. How to do that? I mean,
With the energy work.
But can we just create that naturally? Why it has to be in the lab?
Because they have the technology there.
Mm.
They have their own special technology.
What can you see in this lab?
It's not a
It's
purely
Mm.
physical place in sharp shapes.
Mm. It's like a room.
It's a space.
It's open.
Yes, but it does end. And resembles something very similar to nature on Earth.
Similar to what?
It's a little similar to how nature looks like on Earth.
Oh, okay. What do you see?
I can see her face more clear now. It's very long.
Oh. What's her skin?
And sharp.
Skin color?
It's a little silver.
Okay. Yeah, what she's using to create consciousness.
She mixes different color there. She said each color represents a different frequency, different vibration, and they experiment with consciousness created from different flavors of frequency. I don't understand that.
Yeah. So what they can do with those consciousness?
They say they export it to a lot of different other planets.
What's the purpose of doing that?
And they can collect information through the lives of those beings that are on other planets to help expand their own consciousness.
How does that work? Why the consciousness that they created can be exported to other planets and raise their consciousness? How does that work?
Because they collect information from lives of other planets.
Yeah.
And through that, they can energetically understand different frequencies of living on other dimensions, and it helps them understand creation deeper.
So what do they know Earth? Do they export those to Earth?
They say they do.
Yeah, what they do with that? The same way?
They say because a certain degree of free will exists on Earth.
Right.
The possibilities of what this entity can do are endless, so they pay close attention.
And ask them if, because we have free will,
and they seem to be very excited.
Yeah, so we have free will, so in return, we have to forget when we were born. Is that the case?
They say they don't know anything of that, so it might not be true. They do know that there has to be a certain level of not knowing or not having access to the other past or future lives, so that they can, so the ones who live on Earth can purely focus on that life, so they can really truly explore the different tons and tons of infinite possibilities on the planet Earth.
But all those possibilities are also within the consciousness, or can be new consciousness. Let's say if we come up with a new way of doing things, so that will become new consciousness.
No.
Can they explain?
I don't understand the question.
So everything we do is within the consciousness. So if we do something that no one did before, let's say a new discovery, new invention, how does that work? Does that require new consciousness?
No, it doesn't, they said.
Okay.
That's just the soul, that part of consciousness exploring different possibilities on that planet.
So let's say we call Christ consciousness. So what is that? Is that different from the collective?
They said it's just a term that humans gave to a certain energy that exists on Earth.
It's still within.
Everyone has access to it as long as they have the intention to access the information and the wisdom there.
So when they are creating new consciousness, so how can that affect, let's say, the collective consciousness on Earth?
Because when they create consciousness, they do it out of intention of love.
Right.
And the base frequency is love. So when they send that specific consciousness to Earth, it helps the Earth's overall consciousness. Even just one single agent being sent to Earth can affect, because there is a ripple effect.
So that will expand our consciousness?
Depends on who you mean by our, they said.
Or individual?
it's still up to the individual to do, but because the basis of their frequency is love, when they exist there,
Mm-hmm.
it does affect the overall collective consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
However, the more that the person or entity does, as in the more that they socialize and more that they learn and really
Mm.
surpass through their own lessons and their own healings, that can add more
Mm.
in a way
So does
to the collective consciousness and expand more of the energy of love.
uh-huh. So this does not interfere with our free will.
How so?
Well, how does this affect us?
What do you mean, how?
Mm. So they're sending, I understand the new consciousness based on love. And so, so I still don't understand the purpose of them doing that. Is has to be something that affecting us, affecting how we
Because
understand.
not a lot, they're saying not a lot of the different people that are living on Earth
Mm.
do things out of love. So the frequency of their actions and their words and their thoughts and their overall energy does not have a
Mm.
vibrational frequency that matches that of love. So when they do send someone with a consciousness with a vibrational frequency of love,
Mm.
it helps plant a different seed in the collective consciousness.
Mm. Now I think I understand better. Mm. To plant some seeds in the collective.
Yes, that's how they're saying they're planting seeds, which
Mm.
is why I'm finally realizing that the
Mm.
planet looks very much very nature like
Mm.
because they grow a lot.
Mm. So how did they learn this? Hmm.
They said it wasn't intention to learn it, it was just something naturally that arose.
Mm. So they do, besides this, they do other things, other
Yes.
creations. Yeah. So that sounds very exciting. And let's see what else um, that person can take you to. What other parts of the planet you can take a look.
They have resting centers.
Resting. Mm. Tell me about those.
It looks like a pod,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of beings go inside when they are in between lives and they have experienced some kind of trauma, whether it's
Mm.
trauma that they inflict on others or trauma that
Yeah.
they had inflicted on them that they
Mm.
don't understand.
Mm.
And
Okay.
sometimes they're saying that the trauma can be so big that it
Mm.
affects their DNA. So this is like a DNA repair center.
Mm. DNA, what center?
Repair.
Oh. Mm. So the trauma can affect people's DNA?
Because some people have that belief, so it does.
Mm. So yeah, so this pod, when people are inside of the pod, their DNA will be automatically repaired.
Because the pod emits a very high vibrational frequency,
Uh-huh.
pure light, pure source.
Hmm.
So it repairs the DNA
Mm. And so the pod is for one person.
for one person.
Mm. Yeah, and it doesn't take long for the healing.
As long as the person wants to rest there.
Uh-huh. Very good. Let's see. What else we can see? here. That's very interesting. And anything that, let's say, as a person from Earth will be very shocked.
In a good way or in a bad way? That's what they're asking.
Okay, no, I did not know we can be shocked in a bad way. Let's look at that.
I'm not getting anything.
There's, yeah. Okay, if we don't have anything for us to be shocked in a bad way, then in the good way.
They said overall there's something on the planet
Mm.
that exists that harms or damages the beings that live there. But on Earth, there's a lot of conflicting energies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not actually how most of the planets run.
Okay.
But because of the conflicting energy, a lot of beings, extraterrestrial beings, see this as an opportunity to create something very unique.
Very what?
Very unique. And they say that a lot of people watch Earth because it's a very exciting planet in the way that there's a lot of things going on and that there's a lot of healing and there's a lot of potential for healing.
So can you or let her explain a little bit more about the conflicting energy?
She says it's conflicting because there's a lot of negativity that exists with the positivity. So there's a concept of polarity that exists that does not exist on other planets.
Let's see.
So they're saying the black can get really black and the white can get really white, and there's a huge range of emotions that most planets don't have.
I see.
And that's what makes it very exciting to watch.
So they also can learn from this?
They say they can because it's a very exhausting task to be on Earth for the soul in many ways. Because they see that it's not very easy, but however, it's up to the person to make it easy or exciting. Because there's so many different options you can choose, again, circling back to free will.
Right.
And they said it's very exciting to see what the person chooses. And it's very exciting to see how high someone can get despite how low some of the energies can get on Earth.
I see. So it's like almost like a slingshot.
Yeah, the
rubber band.
Earth is a holding ground for many different wide ranges, things.
So people from their planet, they do come to Earth to be born on Earth?
If they choose to, but it's very rare. They must have a special mission if they do. A specific thing to be done if they do. Okay. And that specific thing can just for them to do one thing. Because there's not as much conflicting energies on their planet, so they don't always go with the list of things to be done.
And do they know the book, Theoba's Prophecy?
They said they know because they sent someone there to write it.
Right, that Michelle. So that person had, I think, life there.
Actually, yes, they said they sent them there.
Very good. Anything else before I take you somewhere else? And anywhere else that we can take a look and that is something that we can learn from.
No, doesn't seem to be anything else.
Okay, very good. So now you can thank them for this tour, this, yeah, for their guidance for us to.
They're saying feel free to send your clients to these healing pods.
Oh, I did not know we can. I mean, yes, of course we can do that. And any names for those pods?
Just think of it as the car wash center, they said.
Car wash, what?
Car wash center.
Say one more time.
Car wash center.
Car wash center. Interesting. Okay, I'm writing it down. Very good. And now I'm gonna take Jessica's awareness to be here back with me. And this time I'd like you to go to the moment. I'm not sure this is in where in United States. It's 2026 and this is one extraterrestrial being is landing on Earth. I think it's one person, and when I count to three, you will be able to take a look. 1, 2, and 3.
I was automatically taken to a desert-like place.
Right, it looks like that.
But I see more than one ship. I see a whole sky full of ships.
Uh-huh.
And they're all black triangles.
Uh-huh.
Looks something like that.
Where is it? This is in Arizona? Where is it?
I think it might be in Sedona.
Sedona, okay.
That's my gut feeling. Right?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, how many do you see in the sky?
I see so many, I cannot even count.
Well, hundreds?
Maybe 100? I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
They are the same shape?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Okay. And there are people in the desert?
I see one female journalist.
Just one?
And maybe some people that just happen to be passing by, and they're very in shock.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They're inside of the car or they're outside?
They're walking outside, just to be clear.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
I don't know. There's not much going on. The ships are just flying over the sky, hovering over the ground. And there's a lot of lights, even though this is in daylight.
Right. What's the color of the lights from the ship?
It's even brighter than the sun almost.
Oh.
And there's orbs floating in the air.
And do you get any telepathic messages?
Yeah, just messages. Just the love, you know.
Actually, I think that there's some disconnection here. Can you repeat?
The ships, they emit frequencies of love. And then there's one ship that looks a little different. I think it's ready to come a little closer.
Okay. It's the same shape.
Same shape, but I think it's parking.
Parking.
it kind of went from 90 degrees and then it turned a little bit.
Okay.
So now I can see the front of the ship. There's some shape, some lines.
Lines. You can see the lines on the ship.
I can see the lines, yeah. Stripes, yeah.
And so there are more people in the desert?
There's a good amount of people with their phones out.
And tell me, this is which month?
I'm getting June.
Okay.
Said it could be anywhere from April to August, depending on how ready the people are.
I see.
Yeah.
So people came because they were passing by, or they got some.
Well, they saw the hundreds of spaceships from afar, so they drove closer to see what's going on.
I see.
And from afar, people are, going on Instagram Live and taking photos.
I see.
They're saying telepathically that 2025 and 2026 is a year of preparation.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really see anyone coming out from the ships. They're just kind of floating in the air.
Okay. So how big is each ship?
I think it's almost maybe 10 feet wide.
Okay. So it's like for one person, something like that.
That is the impression that I get, either one or two beings.
Okay.
And I just get the feeling that they're not allowing me to see anymore.
But you can ask that. It seems like someone will come down to the ground.
Yes, they say there's a very high chance of that. However, we should stop asking, is what they're saying. That's the feeling that I get.
Yeah, another time and during my client's hypnosis session. But that's just it's something it's not for sure yet. Or it depends on the energy.
They said it always depends on the energy.
Yeah, so nothing further than this.
Nothing further. They just said keep focusing on being as true to yourself as possible. Like, keep on expanding your hearts. That's truly one of the ways to help.
I see. So now I'd like you to move from that spot to another spot on Earth. It can be anywhere around that time, and see if anything happens like this.
I'm taking to the forest. It's very
Okay.
in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around but deers and bears.
Okay.
And it seems like a gray spaceship has crashed and landed there. And it's almost, I just have a feeling that they came through here because they needed help. Because their spaceship crashed.
And
There's
so,
three of them.
do you know the? Can you find out the reason, the cause?
The radars malfunctioned. They said they didn't prepare enough.
So yeah, what they can do?
They're asking us to send a signal out,
Ask you.
asking us to send a signal out to whoever that can help them.
Oh. Let's see what happens next.
No, nothing. I think they're just communicating with animals around them.
So they cannot do anything on their own.
Their spaceship has crashed along with all the technology that they brought with them.
How many grays do you see?
I see 3.
Is it from one or few ships?
One ship. They said they were headed to Sedona.
Oh.
Halfway through, something happened and the ship just fell.
So I'm gonna do something. I don't know if this is gonna happen, but we can try. So I'm gonna send you back to Sedona, and if you can telepathically let them know. That in the forest that there's a crash.
They said they got it, they're on their way.
Very good. You think you passed the message?
I think so. I told them and they're
Very good. See? Everything's possible. So now I want you to take a look of the different locations on Earth. Anything that is worth to know more.
I'm not getting anything.
I want you to just move to New York City and see what is going on in the city.
There are tons of spaceships in the sky, but these are different spaceships.
Yeah, what's the shape?
They're some of them are circular. Some of them are shapes I've never seen before.
This
and
is
they're sending telepathical messages.
Yeah.
And there's a huge crowd. I think this is the Midtown.
Close to Times Square.
Close because of the lights I see.
Let's see.
And all the electricity is like malfunctioning, either that or shutting down.
This is a daytime or nighttime?
This is around noon, yeah.
Okay. It's June?
June, July, August, one of those.
Okay. So why people are on the street?
Because they're on the street.
What? Because of the spaceship.
Going about their daily lives. And then they see one more spaceship after another.
And people are talking, screaming.
they're just saying, "Oh my God,
Mm.
can you believe this?"
Mm.
There's not much screaming going on.
Uh-huh. How many now you can see?
I mean, there's like a huge crowd of people,
Mm-hmm. Midtown.
right?
Mm. Because that's what their office buildings are.
I mean, that there's dogs that are barking at the
Mm.
spaceship.
Okay. You're looking at everything from the ground or in the sky?
I can move around.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And the Greys are saying they're just trying to make their presence known,
Uh-huh.
but it is still not time to physically reveal
Mm.
them, just the spaceships,
Yeah.
because the people are not too ready yet.
Uh-huh.
They're saying open contact
Mm.
is more of an announcement, but if showing up is necessary, they will do that.
Can you repeat? Open
They
contact?
said the first stage of open contact, the first open contact event,
Yeah.
is to help make their presence known.
Okay.
But they will show up physically if they have to,
Mm.
because their aim is not to shock people,
Mm.
but to make everything as seamless as possible.
Mm.
And they're saying this cannot be rushed, so that allow things to flow naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and to not be too concerned with the exact dates and the timeline,
Oh, I see.
because they're saying that is a form of resistance.
I see. So people are just shocked. They're not scared. Or some are scared.
Because the Greys are not coming out of the spaceships, and the spaceships are not very close to the ground yet.
Right.
It cannot reach them,
Right.
so they're not very scared. They're just, a lot of people are just saying things like, "Oh my God," but they're not really.
They're taking pictures.
They're using their cell phones for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but they can see the ships very clearly.
Clearly,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it seems like there will be some hovering above the White House as well.
Mm. I see. And now it's a little bit different thing. I just want you to take a look. When I'm doing this, my phone is on the rack, but the phone was flashing many times for no reason. Flashing like it's almost like taking a picture in at nighttime, and very fast. And can you take a look or sense what is going on?
They're saying that during the announcement
Yeah.
of the first announcement of open contact, a lot of the technology will behave like that.
Oh.
A lot of people, their screens,
See, it happened. It
the
started
billboards.
for no reason because I did not do anything. It just started flashing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happens. Mm.
that will happen.
Mm.
It's a different frequency vibration, they're saying.
Mm. Anything else? We we can know. Oh, it's just happened again.
They're saying just allow things to flow naturally.
Mm.
They can only satisfy your curiosity this so much.
Mm. Yeah, it never actually it just started from today. Yeah, I think anything else they can let us know
No.
before I let you come back.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now I'm gonna take you come back from that reality to this one. When I count to 3, you'll be back feeling wonderful all over again. 1, you're coming back very nicely. 2, almost here. And 3, welcome back to this reality. And good job.
Yeah. Thanks.
So